I guess, Sean, I mean, there's positives to take away when you score a goal and added time to grab a point, but it's hard to give up 4 at home and be happy, I guess, on your side of things. So what do you feel just after those?
Defending's been poor. It's been poor all season, so we have to work on that. Scoring goals has not been poor, and we've proved it again tonight that when we attack, we look dangerous. We can score a goal. So from that point of view, there's a lot to work on, but I don't look at that immediately. My immediate reaction is we've lost 2 points because we should have beat them.
And do you look, and I guess you do look defensively then, is that?
Yeah, I mean, that's, you can't expect to win a game, 5-4. It's very, very, very rare in world football, to win that statistically. And you don't want to be coming to home games and having to score 5 to win the game. I'd like to score 5 every week, but, the likelihood is, you need to be a little bit tighter and in between the lines, and we weren't.
What do you think of the goals they scored? Was there a common thread in terms of mistakes that were made?
No, not really. Sometimes defending's about desire and putting your body in front of the ball, and if we don't do that, that's you're going to give the opponent a chance.
Can't really coach that either, so I guess.
No, you can't. And what you got to realise, the players are what we've got, and we just have to make them better. And we have to make them comfortable. And we're struggling a bit. Finn's not a left back, but he's playing left back, and that's us. It's down to me. It's I'm at fault for the result. That's the bottom line. There's nothing else the players can do. They're doing the best, and you can see that they're doing the best because they drag a draw out the game, which we should have won on balance of what we've got and what they've got. But teams who are struggling would die and give in, and they don't. So credit to them.
Romario gets 2 goals tonight. I guess just your thoughts on him coming back from injury and now getting a few more minutes and putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, he's had more than injury to do with as well. I know we've got to make reference, and you probably know that he's had a lot of adversity in his recent weeks. With everything. So I'm absolutely really pleased for him because I think he'll get better, and he's scoring goals, and I think he'll get better.
That first couple minutes of the second half, you guys pretty quickly score, and obviously there's some momentum in that, and then you let go, you give the goal right back. Can you just talk about that swing and what the mentality of the team is at that stage?
I don't think we got the momentum, that's for sure, because we should have, and if we'd have kept the ball out the net and the other end, come back to 3-3 and then so early, I think you go on and you potentially win it. It's a shot, cross, we'll have a look at it where we think we could have probably stopped it. But it happened so quick, it didn't give us a chance to ride that momentum that we should have had, that you said, for the rest of the second half. But credit to them, they fought back. I thought the subs coming on made a really good change for us.
Was Elvis hurting?
No. You got to realise that he's a great kid, a great trainer, but sometimes you just need fresher legs on. Yeah, that's the thing. We played at the weekend, travelled. They didn't play. They've got fresh. They might feel the downside of this game on Saturday. We don't play on Saturday, so it's just what the season's going to be, and we just got to keep faith with the group and keep going and keep working hard.
As you evaluate year 1 to year 2, last year, where the team was at this time, what's been some of the difference?
I don't know. We're 9 games in, aren't we? So last year we got our first run probably after, was it 6 games?
Started April 27th.
Yeah. So about after 6 games.
In terms of
with the first win. We won at Memphis against them, and then our next win came after 6 games. So now we played 9. So I don't know if we can say that there's a difference between one and the other. We're a few points down for sure. I think we did okay in the Open Cup, in terms of pushing a really good Philadelphia team as far as we could. They've proven how good they are. And then the Jägermeister Cup, we're at the top of that league.
You've always had good things to say about the support. I'm just wondering, I watched the game from the Brickyard Battalion tonight for the first time in a while. What does that end of game tradition ritual mean to you and to some of the guys, and also from what you know to the supporters?
I think it's an appreciation of them sticking with us through the game. And I said to them, listen, I think it's really difficult to have a good players. Players can be an easy target. If anybody should have a go, I'm quite right. They can vent the frustrations at me. I'm a big boy. I've been in it 35 years, so I know this goes on. But they're fantastic. They're not a problem, and it's proved again tonight. So, one, I thank them for the support, and two, I apologise that we didn't get 3 points.